Welcome back to the show. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, let me talk to you about the state of freedom and justice in Ghana, because next week, and specifically Monday, host of News File here at JoyNews, Samson Ladiayenene, will be the keynote speaker at a symposium on the state of freedom and justice here in this country. This event is being done in partnership with Shraj, CDD, Imani Ghana, GII, and the Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition. So let's get to understand this event and what it seeks to offer us as a people. Edem Senanu is co-chair of the Citizens Movement Against Corruption. He's here with me in the studio to help us understand this further. Hello, Edem. You're welcome.
Hello.
So I don't know if you want to talk about the state of freedom and justice first, or you want to break it down to us exactly what we will achieve as a country or as a people if this symposium comes off.
Well, we've noticed over the course of our 62 years of independence that the citizen is no longer in center stage. We seem to have a group of politicians, parliamentarians, whose interests always seem to crowd out what actually will benefit the citizen. And typically, if the citizen is not at center stage and the citizen's rights are not being considered in terms of promoting those rights, in terms of fulfilling those rights, in terms of respecting those rights. And it is clear that if the citizen was put in center stage, would find that a lot of things that are going on, whether it has to do with security, whether it has to do with the passage of a credible RTI, these things would have happened much faster. There'll be a more comprehensive and robust approach to dealing with them. Constitutionally, in most democracies, you find that the citizen is the center. So what it means is that a public servant is serving the citizen, and so they are thinking around whatever they do, their systems. It's about how do we make sure our citizens are comfortable.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring that back. We're trying to say, look, we need our public services to look at the citizen as the ultimate. We are trying to say, let's review what has happened to citizens and their rights in the past years. And specifically, we want to look at the issue of insecurity.
Right.
The fact of all the murders, the killing, and then the political militias, and how it makes us all feel.
Okay.
What does the Constitution say about this? What should we be doing? What should the public services be doing to make sure the citizen is still center stage? We are looking at the issue of passing a credible RTI. Again, there are all these clauses that are being modified, etc. Question is, are we making sure that these modifications do not just maintain the status quo? We're also looking at the issue of executive influence on our various state institutions. A situation where the president appoints the boards, the chief executives, etc., means that quite often you do not have the flexibility or the objectivity you want to see at various levels of government. Because, of course, the government comes in on a political party. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. So the police have been complaining that, look, if you look at our council, if you look at our IGP and all these appointments, it means that if the government in power seems to have an issue, we don't have that neutral space to take a decision and be firm about it. So we are saying, should we just be looking at the police and saying, do what you can? Or shouldn't we be looking at the Constitution again and saying, let's change the structure. Let's change the legal construct so that these various institutions can feel free, can be independent, can apply their professionalism to ensure that citizens can access justice and to be very, fair and, for citizens. So these are the issues we want to look at.
That looks like the bigger picture. But I'm much more interested in the state of security, if you like, insecurity, as you put it. Because here at JoyNews, we've launched a campaign, and I'm sure that you're aware of it, which is the disband party militias now. Absolutely. And of course we're using social media to drive that campaign, to get the people on board, like you said, to put the people at the center stage.
Absolutely.
I'm wondering, is there anything special at this symposium as far as party disbanding?
Well, I'll be making reference to that people should join that. And we also want to add a signature campaign. We want to say over the next 3 months, let's get citizens to also sign up online, and let's show that we have the numbers. Let's begin to show the political elite that, look, Ghanaians are really tired about some of these issues. We all feel very insecure. You're not quite sure what's going to happen to your daughter by the roadside next. You're not quite sure what will happen when you go to a polling station. All of these don't spell very good environment for citizens to go about their businesses, etc. So we think that these are things that citizens themselves should begin to voice out. It looks like when in our numbers we begin to voice out, our politicians tend to take notice. But until we seem to be
until
together.
We come together.
Yes.
To push a particular agenda.
Absolutely.
It is always the politician's agenda that's been pushed. Very interesting. So this signature that you talk about, signature campaign that you talk about, what exactly is it going to push? To disband party militia?
Actually, we have three. We have one on insecurity. So the one on insecurity will be looking at the kidnapping of the girls, the murders, including the Ahmed Swali, and then also looking at political militias. And so that is like, look, we are saying no to insecurity in Ghana. Government must act. And then the other two, one is about a credible RTI. We want to make sure people understand that, look, we are not just waiting to have anything passed. And then finally, we're looking at the constitution is somehow, there must be some constitutional reforms so that we can allow these various independent institutions of state to be able to act and act fairly, you know, in the interest of the Ghanaian citizen. Okay, well,
whilst we have this conversation, I'm just using the opportunity to remind you that our hashtag is on, our campaign is on, and it is disband party, hashtag disband party militias now. So you definitely want to be a part of this symposium, which is what brings me back to that that particular symposium. Tell us a bit more about it. What is going to happen on that day and how? Well, you've told me how it will address the issues that the concerns that you have, but how is it going to look like on
Okay, so on Monday, the 4th of March, and we intend to do this annually or biannually, at least before Independence Day. It's an open symposium at British Council. British Council sits at least 200 people, so you can just walk in, make yourself comfortable. And we'll have Samson first speak to the issues. And we wanted a legal context to it. And when he's done, we have some discussants. We have Kofi Bentel of Imani. We'll have Dr. Franklin Odru of CDD. We'll have Beauty Nate of GAC. And we also have Mr. Emmanuel Sowate, who is a security expert, to also add, you know, their thoughts on what we could be doing as a nation to address these issues very comprehensively. And then beyond that, we shall launch the signature campaign. We'll refer to other initiatives going on. And then possibly end with, perhaps we may light some candles just to say we want to keep hope alive for the Ghanaian citizen. Because a lot of this...
Did you say possibly, or is it something that's really going to happen?
Oh, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Okay, go ahead and wrap up.
Yes, and so it's just a 2-hour event. After the discussants have spoken, the audience participation will also happen. So people are at liberty to speak about how they feel about these issues and what they think that we ought to be doing, what the political elite, executive, other branches of government ought to be doing to ensure that we address these issues and make sure that the Ghanaian citizen takes center stage.
So you're basically saying that tomorrow, next Monday, anybody can just walk into the British Council and be a part of this symposium.
Of the event. Yes.
Okay,
and speak their mind on these issues.
Speak your mind on this issue. In the meantime, is there any way people can, you know, be a part of this, begin the conversation already on social media? I mean, that's what drives some of these campaigns. Everybody's on social media now.
Okay, so in other words, a hashtag?
Not necessarily a hashtag, but is there anything happening on social media that will, from where people can join even the conversation?
Okay, so there's something we're calling the Stand Up for Ghana campaign, where we're asking people on social media to share their ideas on how we can stand up for Ghana in respect of insecurity, in respect of passing a credible RTI, and also in respect of making sure that the constitutional reforms to move this nation further there. So the Stand Up for Ghana campaign is a social media thing, and our younger people are working on it. So I probably need to send you a WhatsApp on what should be done.
Are you 60?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So do get hooked on.
I'll send that to you so they can share that for us.
That has proven to be an effective way to get the politicians to put the people at the center.
Absolutely.
Like you say. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you,
Senanu. I've been speaking with Edem Senanu. He's the co-chair of the Citizens Movement Against Corruption, and our hashtag again is disband party militias now.